In the aftermath of the Iran-Iraq War, it's 1989, Iran and Iraq both go to the OPEC states and say, look, we're dying over here. We need to get back on our feet. Is there any way you can help us out? And the answer was, and Saudi Arabia was at the center of this, what we'll do is every OPEC state will cut their production, and then Iran and Iraq can increase their production by that amount so that the supply of oil in the marketplace stays the same, so the price doesn't change. But it gives Iran and Iraq a larger share of the oil market. That way, they can use that extra revenue to repair and recover from the Iran-Iraq war. So everybody's happy. Kuwait began flooding the marketplace with oil, which caused the price of oil to plunge, which meant that any break that Iran and Iraq had gotten from their increased sales was evaporated. Saddam Hussein accused Kuwait of doing this. He brought in a UN team to examine this, and the UN team discovered that what Kuwait was doing was literally stealing Iraqi oil by both, there were oil fields on the border, they were pumping oil at an excessive amount on those oil fields, and they were slant drilling into Iraqi fields that were entirely on the Iraqi side of the border, and then flooding the market with Iraq's stolen oil, causing the price to collapse. Saddam Hussein brought in April Glaspie, the US ambassador to Iraq, and said, I've tried everything, the UN, I brought the UN in, the Kuwaitis won't stop doing this, I'm going to attack. And he basically told her, look, we have a historical claim to Kuwait. Kuwait was carved out of the Basra province of the Ottoman Empire, and we want to attack it and annex it. And she said, what happens between Arab states is of no concern to the United States. And so he interpreted that as a green light. He attacks. George Bush Sr. initially says, I don't see any issue with this at this moment, but I'm going to consult my team. He flies to Aspen. Margaret Thatcher flies to Aspen. They come out of the Aspen meeting, and George Bush Sr. goes, he's a Hitler. He's a Hitler. 1,000 points to light. And the next thing you know, we're doing Operation Desert Shield. And then the next thing you know, we're doing Operation Desert Storm. So to be clear, invading Kuwait is wrong. That's not the answer. I don't want to sound like I'm an apologist for Saddam Hussein. But on the flip side of it, blowing Iraq up and smashing all its bridges, blowing up its schools, tearing up its government buildings, and wrecking the place probably also isn't the answer in the other direction.